Hello guys, it's Sam here and you are watching part 1 of my Let's Play of Dear Esther, which is a game based on a mod for Half-Life 2, and this still uses the source engine, so it still uses the same engine as Half-Life 2, but it's sort of been designed ground up
Dear
using
Esther,
the engine.
the gulls do not land here anymore. I've noticed that this year they seem to shun the place. Maybe it's the depletion of the fishing stock driving them away. Perhaps it's me. When he first landed here, Donnelly wrote that the herds were sickly, and their shepherds the lowest of the miserable classes that populate these Hebridean islands. 300 years later, even they have departed.
So this game is based on storytelling, which is quite unique, so it's more of an interactive story as well as being a game. So yeah, the same concept I guess as games like, what's it called? The Origami Killer, Heavy Rain for PS3, that kind of genre. And it kind of freaked me out because while I was out there I swear I heard like a piece of glass fall in this room. It was kind of scared, kind of freaky. Oh. Oh, was that me? Not sure. That looks like chemistry. CC. Ooh. I keep hearing little noises. This is quite freaky. Oh, that was a seagull that I heard. Whoa. What's going on? Ah. Oh. Calm down, Sam. It's just a bird. I like the way it whips the torch out automatically. Gives the feeling that you're not fully in control and that you are just reading a book, or you're watching a book. What are these? Are these paint tins or something? I keep hearing things! So which way do we go then? I'm gonna head up this way, see if there's anything interesting, apart from rotten falling apart boats. And that appears to be everything. So this is the lighthouse, this chapter. Can we actually go in the lighthouse? Oh, I think there's a door there. Oh yeah, there is. It must be the bottom of the lighthouse. Ah! I definitely keep hearing things over there. So you can't go up to the lighthouse. You can really just look at it. Okay. Can't open this door. The one sort of function you do get to use is if you press the left mouse button, it just sort of zooms in your view a bit, which is nice. Okay, so do we have two separate paths here? Is it up or down? It looks like it. Well, I'm gonna take this bottom route. You walk quite slowly. I don't think there's any way of running. I don't think this game is as much you know, it's not a very action-packed title. Quite nice scenery. Oh, there's a little beach. Quite nice sound. Maybe there's like two separate paths of getting to the next bit. You can either walk along the beach or... What's that? No, it's just like crap washed up. Are those shopping trolleys? No. shopping trolleys. Why would they be shopping trolleys? Oh, big rock. Some way up here.
Those islands in the distance, I'm sure, are nothing more than relics of another time, sleeping giants, somnambulist gods laid down for a final dreaming. I wash the sand from my lips and grip my wrist ever more tightly. My shaking arms will not support my fading diaries.
Oh look, this path did end up here. Well, in case I missed anything, I think I'm gonna walk up here and check. Anyway, quite nice foliage there. Ah, look, the path did go up even further. Whoa. Oh no, I think this is the way I was meant to go. Ah, so I think that path that led up from the lighthouse would have just led to this valley. Anyway, so... what's that? Oh, I guess the only way is up. Really good looking
A
forward.
wonderful sight. The moon cresting the junction between the cliff path and the stone circle. It cast a shadow of the ridge across the beach, all the world as if you had signed your name in untidy handwriting.
Some quite nice scenes, isn't there? Really nice scenery. You don't get the, it's not like repetitive either. Alone.
When someone had died or was dying, or was so ill they gave up what little hope they could sacrifice, they cut parallel lines into the cliff, exposing the white chalk beneath. You could see them from the mainland or the fishing boat, and know to send aid or impose a cordon of protection, and wait a generation until whatever pestilence stalked the cliff paths died along with its hosts. My lines are just for this. To keep any would-be rescuers at bay. The infection is not simply of the flesh.
So that appears to be those two cuts into the chalk mountain that he was talking about. Must be metaphoric. Wait, do I have to choose another path again?
They were God-fearing people, those shepherds. There was no love in the relationship. Donnelly tells me that they had one Bible that was passed around in strict rotation. It was stolen by a visiting monk in 1776, 2 years before the island was abandoned altogether. In the interim, I wonder, did they assign chapter and verse to the stones and grasses, marking the geography with a superimposed significance, that they could actually walk the Bible and inhabit its contradiction?
So did there used to be people on this island called the Shepherds? Possibly. Oh, you can see the lighthouse in the distance there. Ah, shipwreck. Shipwreck ahead. Wow, I think I'll call that it for part 1. So join
Dear
me.
Esther,
Ooh.
I met Paul. I made my own little pilgrimage. My Damascus, the small semi-detached on the outskirts of Wolverhampton. We drank coffee in his kitchen and tried to connect to one another. Although he knew I hadn't come in search of an apology, reason or retribution, he still spiraled in panic, thrown high and lucid by his own dented bonnet. Responsibility had made him old. Like us, he'd already passed beyond any conceivable boundary of life.
Well, before I was rudely interrupted, yes, join me for part 2, where we may be heading into that cave, or possibly in that shipwreck. Who knows, but we will find out. See you in part 2, guys.